Hello again, everybody. Zach Attack is here with the Atak Sportz for this Monday, December 23rd, 2013. Hope everyone had a great weekend this weekend, unless you live in Detroit. Especially with a certain team, which I'll get to the moment I get to my NFL Week 16 thoughts and results, being the second to last week of the regular season. It was an intense day yesterday, especially big day for the Broncos. Peyton Manning threw 4 touchdown passes, including passing Tom Brady having the record for most touchdown passes in a season. 51. New record in NFL. I saw number 50. Great pass for number 50. Maybe questionable for some. But I didn't see 51. So he passed Brady. Big day for Peyton. Clinched the playoffs for the Broncos. Pats also destroyed the Super Bowl champs Ravens by 41-7. As a huge game for Pants as well. Also, especially in our division, NFC North, it was a bad day for all 3 teams in the NFC North. Packers lost 38-31. Bears got their asses stomped 54-11 to the Eagles, which means next week the Packers and Bears will face off for the NFC North title. It's all because of one team losing, like usual. But I think it's the fans' attitude that may have got the Lions the loss yesterday. What do I have to say about the Lions losing against the New York Giants last night? That has already been said by everybody on Facebook. Here's my theory about why I think the Lions lost last night. It was 2020. After that interception by Stafford helped Giants tie the game after the Lions had the lead. But it was like but it was after the interception New York threw. New York threw an interception. It was 20 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Tied 2020. And they decided not to go for a play to try to prevent overtime. And the fans booed them. I think the fans got into the players' heads, unfortunately. Because the fans, of course, their years of frustration and finally came down on the players. The players could not play well because the fans weren't literally behind them because they booed after they did not play before the end of regulation to prevent overtime at all. Try to go for like a quick snap play that did nothing, and the fans booed them for it. You can blame a lot of people for the Lions losing. With the field goal by New York, of course, a lot of people are saying, fire Schwartz. Well, I hate to say this, I think Schwartz should be fired because the fans got into Schwartz's head as well. Schwartz even blamed the fans. If the fans can't believe in a coach, why have a coach? Like the coach is the guy that everyone aims at for the loss. Some people should say fire Stafford because of his interceptions. But it was a tough season. It was a difficult year for the Lions. They had such great potential for this season. They fucking blew it. Whether it's the players' fault or the fans coming down on them, who knows? It's not one thing. It's a lot of things. It's going to be a long, hard winter for the Lions fans. And the team. About the fans changing their attitude about the Lions. Because it's their attitude that cost the Lions, in my mind, the game. Because they were stressed. That's the thing. The Lions were stressed because the fans booed them. When you get stressed, you can't think. You can't think when you're stressed. So when the fans booed the Lions after they did nothing to end regulation to prevent overtime, they got stressed out and couldn't play well in the overtime period. Because they were too stressed after the fans booed them in their hometown. It got in their heads. So, the coach should be reprimanded. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what decisions Lions do make in the postseason. I mean, in the after season. Whether it's getting rid of Schwartz, we'll see what happens. But trying to be a Lions fan, but it's tough when you're a Lions fan. That's why you cheer on other teams like the Bears and all of them. But it's tough to be a Bears fan because Bears lost too. But now Bears face up against Packers next week. And Rodgers is still out. So, and I think Cutler is starting. But when it comes to Lions, it'll be a tough winter for all Lions fans here in Michigan. It'll be a tough winter to swallow. Tough pill to swallow. be a tough Christmas for those Lions fans. This Christmas won't be a happy one for diehard Lions fans. For fair weather fans, I blame myself for this because I'm a fair weather fan. I jump on the back when they win, they win. When they suck, they suck. That's why I think the fair weather fans get in the Lions' heads, and again the coach's head too. But if they get rid of the coach and get a good coach that the fans can believe in, as well as a team they can believe in, because they believe in the team, but the coach is the one they should believe in. So we'll see what happens with the Lions. So there you go. Now, before we get to my wall preview this evening, WWE announced a great, and I say it's probably one of the best DVD ideas I've seen in a long time. I went to, of course, a lot of people like me have been to Monday Night Raw tapings. And sometimes the best stuff that happens on Raw is not what happens on TV. It's what happens when the TV cameras go off the air, when it's the dark match, the post-Raw main event, and the segments that happen after Raw goes off the air. Because I went to Detroit review, didn't see my Raw review from last year when I went to Raw last year at Joe Louis Arena in April of last year. I think it was like April 23rd. It was Cena's birthday. And off air, they had like a celebration of Cena. It was kind of cool that we had to see that. Well, then we announced they're making a 3-disc DVD called War, The Best of War, Not on War. The best dark matches and segments post-War. Because I've seen this throughout the years. Like they put post-War segments on several DVDs as bonus features, but never an entire DVD dedicated to these dark matches and dark segments after War goes off the air. I think it's going to be kind of cool. Because WWE fans complain that all these compilations are things they've already seen before. Compilations of matches. It's like, we've seen them. Like rehashes. But seeing a DVD like this, a 3-disc DVD conquering the best of War that happens after War, it's going to be kind of a cool concept. Especially they have some WWF footage unblurred, so it's going to be kind of cool to see. If I were to pick one WWE DVD, I don't buy WWE DVDs anymore. But if I were to pick one DVD to buy from WWE, it would be this one. Because it's a cool concept. It would be cool to see all these matches and segments you never get to see. Because you see fan footage, but not professionally shot footage. It would be kind of cool to see that. No specific release date, but I'm hearing April. So there you go. WWE announces the best of War, not on War, for an April release. Speaking of War, on with my War preview for the night. Now, last week I was able to make a War review because I did not have a gig. Since the Lions were on Monday Night Football, I didn't get to play at Jefferson Monday, but I am playing tonight. So I'm not making a War review tonight, which is kind of a decent thing because tonight's War is taped. It's not live. But besides that, despite that, here are my War top 4 questions for War that must be answered this evening. Question number 4. How will the feud between Punk and Triple H develop? Now, Punk's been dissing Triple H for weeks. Of course, Punk being the authority figure, anti-authority. He's anti-authority. That storyline's almost getting a little old. Because Punk and Triple H had this, I said in my War review last week, that Punk and Triple H had the same sort of anti-authority feud 2 years ago. After Nash screwed Punk at SummerSlam when he helped Del Rio cashing money in the bank on him, and he played Triple H for it. He thinks Nash and Triple H were in cahoots, and he even wrestled Triple H at Night of Champions in 2011. So they've had this feud before. So we'll see how this develops, especially since Punk got a Shawn Michaels face last week. So we'll see how that goes. And see if he actually tries to get Triple H, kind of coaches Triple H to get back in the ring. See what happens there. Question number 3. Will anything be announced for the Royal Rumble tonight? To be honest, I don't think they should announce anything Royal Rumble until after Christmas. Specifically next Monday, the 30th. No matches announced or any participants announced. So we'll see eventually when they announce those, but I don't think they should this week. Because how about the holidays? Especially question number 2. What happened with the Battle of the Santas? We got Good Santa, of course, the world's strongest Santa, as he calls himself, Mark Henry, taking on the Bad Santa tonight, Damien Sandow. Now, these two have a fight because of this whole story. Like, the Christmas walls are kind of weird and stupid at the same time. Like, they're kind of, like, good and stupid. Because I remember that one Christmas when they had Del Rio's limo accidentally ran over Santa Claus. That was kind of a stupid storyline on Christmas Wall. Especially since it's imp, so see what happens there. But the Santa battle, see what happens there. with these two getting it on tonight. Question number 1. Will D-Bry get another shot at the WWE Championship? Either at the Rumble or be in the Rumble. Now, D-Bry had a great match with Orton last week until Orton got himself deliberately disqualified. So I think D-Bry should get a shot at the championship again. Well, because of that, and of course the fans are behind him again. Big F you to WWE for that. I'm glad the fans have really showed WWE, because WWE's minds, I think they said it before, the fans decide what they think is cool. WWE likes to listen to the fans. They finally desire to listen to the fans when it comes to the D-Bry chance. If they really listen to the fans, they will put D-Bry in the WWE undisputed WWE World Heavyweight Championship match in Royal Rumble, or put him in the Rumble match and let him win the Rumble like I predicted. So, see what happens there. It happens on Raw tonight at 8, 7 Central on Spike. Not Spike TV anymore. Used to be on Spike. Now it's on USA Network. A lot in my head today. Getting ready for the gig tonight. And getting ready for the holidays. And speaking of that, since this probably will be my last Atak Sportz before the holidays, I will wish everybody out there a very Merry Christmas. And I'll see you in a few days. Probably going to make another Atak Sportz, so maybe like 26. So, see you all later with that in mind. If you've ever tagged for the sports news from Zach, thank you all very much for watching. Have a great holiday, everybody. See you later. Ho, 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 yeah.